Hello. Hello, and you're welcome to this lecture. And I hope you had a pleasant time the last time we were together. And today we're doing something to advance the course of what we started. I hope you're ready for this experience. And I've got a comment sort of pinned in the chat there. So please do well to start engaging that now. Start engaging that now. I'll respond to that, and that's where we start off from. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, so I'm beginning to look at the response I'm getting, so I can start, selecting and also pinning them for us to start interacting with. I'll try as much as possible to keep this session to just an hour. Now we have got about 54 minutes left on this particular session, and hopefully we hit the mark, we achieve what we need to achieve, so we can move on. Okay. All right, so let me just be sure we have all that. Okay. All right. So that is looking good. All right. Let's have a look at the very first. Is it the very first? Am I sure it's the very first? Yeah, I said you should think about the latest breaking news that you've got, and then I'm beginning to get responses. Someone said it was Charlie Kicks passing away. I saw it on TikTok first and then on Channels TV later. It wasn't corrected. They gave more information. TikTok wasn't so helpful as many people. Okay. That's a good one to share. That's a good one to share. Keep it coming. I would, like I've earlier mentioned, I would need about 10 very active persons to engage with me on this lesson. So who are those 10? Who are those 10? Who are those 10? So I'll be looking out for the 10 people on on the Telegram group so as to start, engaging them. So those 10 people you have to come on Telegram so that we can start this lesson proper. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Let me know that you're ready. You ready? You ready? You want me to pin more things? Okay, another person said the last breaking news I saw on TV wasn't corrected but updated, which gave me an opportunity to understand the news story better. Okay, good one, good one. Is there any other? Is there any other? Okay, I think that'll be all for now. That'll be all for now. All right, so guys, you're welcome to this session, and today we're looking at something different, something good. So I want you to position your mind, or should I? Let's say how many people have you got now before I start following? Yeah. Oh no, 15 people. This is very bad. So you need to get more people to come in, please. Get more people to come in. Get more people to come in before I start. So I'm just gonna pause here. You want to drag this more than an hour? Is that what you want? So don't take this more than an hour. This is a live class. I would like you guys to get more people to common so as to so we can flow well. We can flow well. All right. Waiting. All right. On Telegram, can you hear me now? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Who can confirm that they can hear me, please? Thank you. Okay. So can someone okay, good, good, good. All right. So get others to join. I've got just 21 people in the session now. And if that continues, if I don't have to over 100 and I'm just gonna lock the attendance, I'll just stick to those who have entered their attendance live. So now because of that, I don't want to waste any further time. 12 minutes is already gone. It appears that I have to continue now. So, well, this is it. Put in if you are here on YouTube right now. So put your name there. Put your name there, your first and your last name, and mention what you are eager to learn. That I'm going to take to this attendance. All right, I'm starting the session now. So 20 people. 10 minutes into this lecture, I'll cut off my I'll cut off and I'm taking if it is just 20 people 10 minutes after this time, that's the only thing I'm marking as an attendance. And don't forget you haven't done any CA for MCM to O2. So there are still chances that the attendance will contribute greatly to that. Thank you. All right, let's go. Okay. Somebody, are you excited to learn? Are you excited to learn today? Are you excited to learn today? Welcome to Digital Publishing and Multi-Platform Editing. Publishing and Multi-Platform Editing. In this particular session, you'll be having insight as into the greater picture, the bigger picture of what editing is all about. You will have an opportunity to understand what happens, why content are repurposed for different platforms, and to what effects, what changed, what led to that. So now, think with me and be with me. Imagine, have a picture in your head. A major event happens at 7 a.m. By 7:03, the story appears on Twitter, blogs publish up breaking updates, push notifications were reaching iPhones, and then there was pop-ups here and there, and there were people having chit-chat about it. Videos circulated on TikTok and Instagram. But by 7:15, just 12 minutes after the story appeared on X, it appeared on TikTok and more, incorrect details emerged. No, headlines changed repeatedly. Screenshots preserved earlier mistake permanently because people were screenshotting. They were able to preserve what was originally written. So one editor prioritized speed. The speed and the eagerness to break the news. Another prioritized verification. One organization retained public trust, while the other didn't care about that. In the publishing industry, we have to ensure that these things are taken care of. In digital publishing, every second matters, but credibility matters most. Every second matters, and credibility matters most. Take note of that. Now, you're here. If you're here, please put your name on there. Let me know that you're there. So let's start on with this. So what is the greatest challenge in digital publishing? Let me see what you already know. What is the greatest challenge in digital publishing? What is the greatest challenge in digital publishing? If you've been joining the session and you're yet to truly commit to this platform, it is a great time for you to do that now. You can stay connected to keep the platform going. And I believe it's been helpful. So consider the question in front of you, engage actively. What is the greatest challenge in digital publishing? Is it newspaper printing? Is that the biggest? Is that the greatest? Hmm. Is it balancing speed with accuracy or reducing internet access? Or could it be eliminating visuals? Oh, so okay, we're getting at some answers. Someone says balancing speed with accuracy. Let's see how far that can go. Balancing speed with accuracy. You sure? Are you sure? Someone said B, balancing speed with accuracy. You sure? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Are you ready? Okay. And the answer is, of course, balancing speed with accuracy. As much as you need to break the news, it's important that you are communicating the right thing. You see, there is this dilemma that happens in digital journalism. You're in the dilemma of publishing so quickly. You want to be the first to break the news. You want the traffic to come to your website. You want to be the one who they come to first. Maintaining verification standard is equally important. In fact, if you ignore maintaining verification, you can lose your reputation. So in order to protect public trust, which is your primary responsibility, you need to ensure that you verify. So protecting public trust despite pressure for immediacy. This is a dilemma. So there are three dilemmas I've mentioned now: publishing quickly, maintaining verification standard, and also protecting public trust despite pressure to, for immediacy. So now, today we're looking at this topic like I've mentioned, and by the end of this lecture, you should be able to define digital publishing, explain the multi-platform editing, identify differences between print and digital editing, understand the platform-specific audience behavior, analyze ethical challenges in online publishing. I hope you're excited to do this. If you are ready, you can screenshot this so you don't miss out anything. All right. Now, what is digital publishing? And someone put it in the chat, what is digital publishing? What do you understand by digital publishing? What does it refer to? What exactly does it mean to you? What is digital publishing? I'll be on the lookout for your contributions. What is digital publishing? Okay, someone says it's the creation and distribution of content through electronic platforms such as website, ebooks, social media, mobile apps. Okay, that's a good insight. More, I need to see more. Okay, it is a process of creating, producing, sharing content through electronic or online platform instead of traditional printing. Okay, and then we have process of creating, producing, distributing content in digital, which is electronic format instead of print. Okay, let more come, let more come, let more come. I'm expecting more. So, all right. So tell us, what is digital publishing? What do you understand by digital publishing? Do not copy any other person's explanation. Try yours, write yours, write yours, write yours. Okay, try yours, write yours. It simply means creating and sharing content online instead of paper. Okay, good. These are very good ideas about digital publishing. Yes, digital publishing is the creation and distribution of content through digital platform and online media systems. That is what it means. I can see more definition coming in. You're not far off from what I'm defining. You're not far off. So thank you so much for doing that. Okay, let's move on. Now, in digital publishing, there are things that you need to know. The platforms. They are what? The websites, blogs, mobile apps, social media, streaming platform. You understand that? So now, how are these platforms different from what we used to have and traditional media? Can someone put it in the chat? What is the difference between digital platforms and the print platform and the traditional media? What's difference? What difference can you make of them? Hey, waiting. What difference can you make of them? Before the digital era, we focused more on using the traditional means. What are these traditional means itself? What are the traditional means of publishing? What are the traditional means? What are the traditional means of publishing? When we say something is traditional, what does it mean? Put it in the chat. Engage. Think about it. These are ways you can learn. These are ways you can process information. What exactly is traditional and what is modern? Why is it called traditional? Is it because it's the first or it is just traditional? Is it because it is local or it is just traditional? Think about this. Answer these questions. You learn by engaging, you learn by thinking, you engage your brain, you engage your thoughts. That's how you process ideas. So, how exactly is this different? Okay, we have some answers here. We say digital platforms are online, but traditional mediums are television, radio, newspapers. Okay, why are they traditional? How traditional are they? How traditional are they? Digital platform is global and can meet its audience simultaneously. Okay, and that's good. That's good. That's good. And what about you haven't addressed the question of traditional in that question? In that question, if you told me. So now look at this. Precious says digital publishing is a process of creating, producing, and distributing content in digital format instead of traditional. But how is it different? That's what we need. Now, digital platform, Adebo Feintola said, digital platforms are online, fast and interactive, while traditional media are offline, slower and mostly one way. Oh, this is a good definition, I must confess. But if you say they are offline, you have TVs online now. They have TVs online. Would you say that they've switched or they are now hybrid? How would you describe that? How would you explain that? Would you say they have switched or they are now hybrid? So that's something to think about. Now we have more. I need more coming. Now think about it. Think about it. Need more coming. More coming. Okay, a light of it has okay. I will okay, no, that's not what I mean. So digital plan are online, but traditional media are television. Yes. Does it mean that televisions, radio, and newspaper are offline? I'm not trying to confuse you, I'm just trying to make you think. You understand? I'm trying to make you think. So what exactly, why are these significantly different? What changes has occurred over the time since the emergence of the online platform, since the emergence of the internet? What has changed? What has changed? Okay, think. It's a process. Take notes. Imagine when you were much younger, what was happening? Do you have internet then? And how much of internet do you have access to? When you were growing up, do you have so much access to the internet, unlike you do today, or it's something different? So these are some of the things you have to think about. So how was it like then? I remember having a box TV where we have to close, we open it before we can see. And then when you turn it on, there's a way it comes on. And there's a black and white version, there's a colored version. It has two knobs, the one you use to tune the frequency and the one you use to, the time to get the sharpness. You understand? And it's way bigger. These are example of a TV, which is quite very traditional. They are massive. And now we have LED and we have OLED. We have other TV that functions simply by connecting to the internet. There's no more antenna that you have to move all around. That in itself is traditional. Okay. Traditional means primitive, means conservative, Traditional means the old, it refers to the old. You understand? Why the digital platform refers to the new. TV is traditional, but when TV content is put online, it becomes digital. That is brilliant, Feintola. That is brilliant, Feintola. Well done for sharing that. So that's a very good point that we have to all hold on to. Now, digital platform use the internet and digital technology to share information and all. Why traditional media use print, radio, TV to pass information mainly in a one way. I like this. I like this definition. It is written clearly with good punctuations and capitalization. It shows the student is a very good student. All right. Now we have another one, Fifami. Besides the digital media shared through internet and digital devices like phones and more. All right, you are not all far the kingdom. All right, let's take a look at this. Digital publishing mainly involves what? Does it involve radio broadcasting only? Does it involve typical printing only? Does it involve handwritten communication, or does it involve online distribution of content? Which of these is the correct answer? Which of these is the correct answer? Oh, very good definition here. We have digital media is a two-way communication, whereas traditional media offers broad one way. That's correct. Well done. Okay, let's engage this question. The question you've got on your screen. Digital publishing, it involves what? What does it involve? Radio broadcasting only? What exactly does it involve? Let's see how many more can get it correctly. Quite a number of people are picking D. And can you tell me why? Is it just distribution? Why D? Simple? It's straightforward or what? Okay, I'll just make it easy for you. And then, yes, correct. Online distribution of content is the answer. So now let's take a look at it. There's an evolution that for every development, there's a backstory, there's a development, something it evolved over the period of time. And there's an evolution from print to digital. In traditional print, we have fixed deadline, limited revisions, and there is a typical circulation. You understand? There's a typical way of circulation when you collect the news, you collect the content, you put it together, you study it, you put your story together, you write it up, you submit in paper form or in whatever form that you could submit. And later it sort of appears that they submit in somewhat digital form, you type it and then you print out. But now you can just do electronic editing. Then you hand it over to your Dex editor. Your Dex editor does work on this and give it to the sub editor and it to find its way to the page layout where they lay it on the page, and then the proofreader comes in after it has been laid to ensure that there are no errors which are making it to the pages. So now there are fixed ways of doing things, but as time went by, digital publishing showed up. There was need for continuous updates of things. So you can have a thread instead of just publishing one story as a one story. You can build a thread under it, like you have on X, where you can tweet and then you can tweet under it, and people can get real time updates with timestamp. For example, if you're reporting election, I think Premium Times got a style like that during the electionary period, where there is on one page you can get real-time updates on everything as it is happening with this timestamp, maybe with photo, and most of these interaction platforms are sort of succinct, short, straightforward, and direct. And many times it comes with infographics for maximum engagement, especially when they are dealing with numbers. So there's a continuous updates, instant corrections, and global accessibility. So the person who mentioned global accessibility earlier, you're very correct. All right. Now we have this. Do I have my active student who wants to engage? Are they here already? If you're there, please let me know. So let me know. Let me know if you're ready. Yeah, and then you can. When I ask the question, you can unmute. When I ask reason why, you can unmute yourself and then respond. So now, right now, we have this multi-platform editing. Now, editors now work. They work across different platforms, and they have to know the platform, understand the platform. So I would like you also, pay attention to this aspect of things. That editors, they now adapt their content for websites, they adapt it for Instagram, they adapt it for X, they adapt it for TikTok, they adapt it for YouTube, they adapt it for push notification. And how is this relevant in editing and graphics of communication? For each adaptation, there is need for graphics. When you are redesigning or adapting a news story for Instagram, you don't put the text just there. You have to design it. That is the relevance of this course. So if you're designing for, and you have to design it with the dimension of Instagram in mind, which is a square. If it is a reel, then it has to be in that is 1080 by 1920. That is portraits. Why the landscape is 1920 is by 1080, which is the landscape for YouTube, for videos and more. But for Insta, for TikTok, it's also the same as the reel. You understand that? So pay attention closely. For X, you can use the normal standard uh 16 by 9, which is 1920 and 1 by 1080. Yeah, for that. So, and of course, designing push notification, adverts, interactive pop ups, and all of those things. You need graphics for all of this because graphics attracts click and also encourage clickbait, which I'm going to talk about later. So, let's consider this multi platform editing. Wait. Before I go, can I have somebody unmute their mic on Telegram? Ensure you're in a quiet place and then be ready to converse with me. Who is who is on among one of those people? If Adeleke is there, can you unmute your mic? I know I asked you to. Yes, yeah. Okay. So nobody. Okay. I'm not so sure if there's anyone who is ready to engage actively. So as soon as you're ready, you can unmute your mic, please. Thank you. So while we're considering that, I'll put a question in for you. So multi-platform editing, what does it mean? What does it mean? Can we attempt this? What does multi-platform editing mean? What does it mean? Okay, saying I'm waiting. YA, YA. Because it is easy fixing. Do you think it is adapting content for different media platforms? Could it be printing for multiple pages? Could it be using many editors only or publishing identical formats everywhere? Okay, everybody's going for hey, and the answer is surely hey. All right, good. Now let's consider this. We've got platform specific audience behavior. For different platforms, the audience behave differently, they act differently, they engage differently, they think differently, they are there for a particular reason. And some of those things are because of the nature of the platform. For example, there are different audiences and they consume information differently. The question is, how do you consume information? Let me even ask you, how do you consume information? Which platform do you use and why do you use them? Can you put them in the chat? Put them in the chat. If you're on Telegram and active on Telegram, perhaps you're not on YouTube, you can put it in the chat on YouTube. And if you want to talk, you can raise your hand up if you want to contribute or you have a question at any point in time. Yeah, I like difficult questions and I would like you to ask me difficult questions, in fact. So raise your hand up if wherever you are, if you can put it in the chat, it would be great too. So, uh, what platform do you like? And then what platform do you use and why do you use that? A different audience, they consume information differently. For example, on Instagram, more concerned about visual first, so it means your design have to be top notch. On X, it's about speed, brevity. On YouTube, we have extended engagements, which is long, like the what we're having now. And website has to do with detailed reading. So, asking you now, which platform do you use? Okay, we're beginning to get some responses. Let's pick them up as they come. So, one said, I love Instagram because it combines visuals, storytelling, and audience interaction in a creative and engaging way. Yeah, that is a good one. I said someone said, I love Instagram. I consume it because the visual and the write-up complement one another. Okay, good. I hope this is making sense to those who are watching from wherever they're watching, and you're learning a lot. So, hey, mm, all right. So waiting for more. Waiting for more. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Why do you use the platform that you use? Why you stuck there? How much of time do you spend on the platform that you use? And why do you spend so much time on it? Is it a place where media owners can get you, find you, engage you more? So for someone like me, I'm kind of tilted towards using YouTube more. I use YouTube a lot, and I barely go to other swiping platforms. It's highly addictive, and I don't, for that reason, I don't like it personally. So the question I'm asking you now is what platform do you use? So because there are different people to consume information differently. So let's see more answers that we've got. Someone said I love Instagram. I love YouTube. I use YouTube when I really need to learn something new. Oh, good. Essentially, yeah, that's my kind of nature. Maybe that's why I love it. I prefer Instagram. I consume it because it's direct, brief, and more. I love Instagram because of visuals. Someone said, I love Instagram. We love Instagram. Why do you love it? Why do you love it? Why do you love it? So, think about that. All right. So let's move on. So now, writing for digital platform. No, now think about why you love it. Why you love it. And imagine yourself as the creator of the content that you love. What are the things you will consider? What are the things you will consider? Look at your screen. Before I even, I like to keep this sort of away for a moment. The station, classic rock, oh, no, on Amazon Music. Hey, Alexa, stop music. Story about that. Alexa came up and whatever you like. Apologies for that. All right, so coming back here. Yeah, think about all of these things. For example, what are the things? What are the things that you like? What are the things that you like? That you like? Since if you use a particular platform, why do you use that platform? Now, if you're designing for yourself, what are the things you tick off? I've written some of the things on the board so that we can you have an idea of what I'm teaching you. For example, the top things you consider is short paragraphing, clear headings, scannable structure, mobile readability, strong opening lines. Apart from these things, what are the things that appeals to you? What are the things that appeals to you? Oh, thank you very much, Chanel. Yeah, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Right. Thank you, Channel, for the comment. Now, I use, someone said I use both Instagram, not that active though, but the visuals and captions complement one another. Good, good. Someone said I love YouTube, gives detailed explanation on what I want to know and need to know. And it also gives recommendation on what could be beneficial on what I'm searching for. Wow, this is quite detailed. So now ask yourself, what are the things you look out for? I need that. I need that question answered. If you're to design for yourself, if you want to catch yourself, if you're to create content for yourself, what are the contents that you will create? If you were to create content for yourself, what would you create for yourself? If you were to create content for yourself, what would you create for yourself? If you were to create content for yourself, what would you create? That is one. How, what are the things you would, what are the things to consider? Check boxes. So I needed to answer this question. It's check boxes. Yes, this is check boxes here. What will make you happy and keep you coming back? So yeah, so these are things I need you to answer these questions. What do people like you want to see? What else? No, I'd say, what do people like you want to see? These are some of the things we need to consider. If you know what people want to see, you know where to start from. You know where to start from. You know where to start from. So just making these bullets. Yep. So answer these questions in the chat. Let's see what we have. If I'm a creator of a content, I'll check if the visual and the caption is captivating enough for my viewers. I'll also check the content of my work because I'm supposed to send to. Okay, good, good, good. I'll create content, but about creating content. You create content about creating content. Oh, channel. Oh, nice. So, channel. So, what content will you create about creating content? Yeah, what content will you create about creating content? Now we have digital publishing is a creation. Yes, this is how you check your words. You've given us a bad spelling of production there, so be careful. And now we have I will ensure visuals are appealing. Yes, this is very important. You see, appealing is very, very important. It's very important. When you say appealing, very important. Once it doesn't appeal, it becomes problem. Now, appealing is very important. It should be simple, it should be clear. There's a sentence that says what a particular thing is, keep it short and simple. We'll call it KISS. Keep it, let me use the cap initial cap, keep it short and simple. Yeah. So the K is for keep, the I is for it, S is for short, and the other S is for simple. So kiss. So give me a kiss. That's what it means when you say give me a kiss. That is what you're talking about. Keep it short and simple. All right. So that's that aspect of it. I hope you're finding the class interesting. If you had to create content, I'll keep it brief and captivating. Oh, keep it. Okay, someone said keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, that is that's creative. so that anyone that is stupid is able to understand it. That's another. It involves online distribution of content, which is that's another thing, of course, and someone is responding to the previous question. All right. So on this note, I'll say boom. All right. I'll keep it at that, and then we'll move on to our next slide. I want you to answer this question, please. Attempt this question. All right. Someone said I'll create educational and entertaining content. I'll consider the audience platform. Okay. So I'm looking out for your answers on this particular one, and then I'll go on to the next slide. The next point I want to share with you. And before the end of the class, I'll be sharing with you some Nigerian examples that they often use the multi-platform style to engage people and to ensure that people they may meet the needs of different audiences on different platforms. So these are very, very, very good ones. Okay. Still waiting to see more. Improve readability and scanning. Okay. Okay. Majority is going for C. So are you sure this is how you also consume content? Are you sure this is how you consume content? When you are doing this, have you considered if you are able to keep it up? What are the checklists? What are the things you use? What are the yardsticks that you use? No? What are the yardsticks that you use? Okay. All right. Mm, I'm getting needs to do something. All right. So on this level, the answers is not is it the answer could be replacing headline, increasing page size, improving readability and scanning, reducing internet costs. The answer is to improve readability and scanning. To improve readability scanning. Which majority of you got right? That is very, 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 very good. So all right. So all right, some unwanted. Okay, I have something to take care of here, and then I'm putting that in the person on this channel. Don't worry about that. That has been sorted out. So thank you so much for showing yourself and letting me know who you are. So all right, good. So let's move on to our next thing. Let's talk about SEO. 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 Oh, I've done this up. What is SEO? We'll talk about SEO. How many of you have an idea what SEO is? I wanted to actually know how many of you know what SEO is. What is SEO? Or say SEO, what does it mean? Let's focus on what we're doing here. Focus on the lesson. All right. Search SEO is search engine optimization. But I know some of you already saw that if I presented. All right. SEO is search engine optimization, and this is the way you can tweak, manipulate, shifts, and also control the the, this thing, contents of social media. So, all right, search engine optimization. So this involve SEO involve keyword focused headlines, searching, searchable phrasing. Oh yes, Chan, you answered for that's good. Well done. Thanks for sharing. So searchable phrasing, very important. Metadata optimization. Yes, metadata. What are metadata? Metadata are the keywords, the parameters like the title, the description. If you go into the description of this particular video, you find a lot of things there. These are part of metadata, the hashtag, key phrases, not just keyword. And we have the things that help your work to be indexed. These are what we call metadata. They are meta. The data, metadata. So meta. So, all right, good. So now let's consider this. For data headlines, data headlines should be clear, they should be searchable, they should be accurate and attention focused without deception. Yes, without deception. So write this down. I would like to ask you, why do you think they should be clear, searchable, accurate, and attention focused? Why is that very important? Why is that very important? I'm waiting to know why it is very important. So it can capture attention. So it can capture attention. And what? You're going to give us something else? Tell us more or something? So it can capture attention. Why is it important? Waiting. So it's easier for people to find your content. Very good. This is the answer that I'm looking out for. This is the answer I'm looking out for. because it is very important that people are able to find your content online. So when they want to search for you, they use the enter keywords to search. So since SEO means search engine optimizing, so you have to ensure that your content is searchable, is seeable online. So search engine optimization, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. Okay. So now I would like to share. mm, all right. Mm. All right. If you're to create content to be educational, yes, make it easier to find. Beautiful. So on that note, thank you very much for sharing that. So let's attempt this. The main goal of SEO headlines is to what? Is it to eliminate editing? Is it to replace journalism? Is it to reduce readership, or is it to improve online discoverability? Online discoverability. So is a which is the answer? Waiting to see, waiting to see. D. Okay. All right. So we're making sense to improve to increase online discoverability, which is the precise answer. Okay. Oh, what just happened? Can I have a look at what just happened there? Oh, okay. And then yes, okay, that's correct. Improve online discoverability. All right, good. All right, now let me talk to you guys about mobile first publishing. You agree with me that majority of people who are consuming digital content today, they are consuming it using their digital device, their mobile phones, their mobile devices. So most digital audience consume content through their smartphone. So editors they must prioritize the responsiveness to layouts, responsiveness to mobile phone. Imagine if you're watching this on your mobile phone and then the video is going outside of your screen, or it is just glitchy. It is not, you are unable to use it, you're unable to interact, you're unable to answer questions because you are watching the video. So the video part of it is able to go. For some of you who are on premium subscription, you can even minimize it and just listen to it. You can while you are also typing or taking notes on another app. But if you have no premium, you are unable to do that. So now editors must ensure that they prioritize responsive layouts. They will ensure that they prioritize fast loading content because you don't want to be delayed. You understand? You prioritize fast loading content. Readability typography should be very, very clear. Visual optimization should also be clear. So we also have the social media editing aspect of things. Social media editing, it involves brevity. So when you're designing, you're putting content or script together, you are you have to ensure that people don't have time. They don't have the luxury of time. So you have to ensure that your content is brief. It is optimized for engagement. It is optimized for engagement. It is that's some level of visual framing, platform adaptation, you understand, so that it is suitable. So let's try our hands on this. Social media editing prioritizes specific audience engagements, printing quality, large margin, long formal paragraph. What exactly? So can you try your hands on this and respond to it? Let's see who gets it first. Who gets it first? Okay, a lot of people say platform engage specific engagement. Good, 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 good. That looks correct. And the answer is platform specific engagement. Good. All right, now we have what they call clickbait. How many of you have fell for clickbait before? Clickbaits often their advert content you see, you think it is what you want to use, and you tap on it and it takes you to another page and more. You understand? Or an headline that is crafty, and when you click on the headline, this is something else. It is like misleading headline, emotional exaggeration, manipulation of framing. How many of you have fell for things like this? Let me know. How many? We fall for clickbaits before. We ever fell for clickbait before? So it's yes, you have, and it annoys me. Yeah. So did you trust the platforms? Is it a major platform? Is it a trusted platform? Is it a platform you love? And did it affect the way you are relating with the platform now? You often encounter I have, and I do fall for it sometimes. Oh, I have. Yeah, it's so annoying and frustrating. Yes, I've been there, and at times very annoying. That's correct. So it's good to know this. Okay, right. So clickbaits, they are misleading headlines. Yes, it's really very annoying. So if there's any platform that I go to and I get to those things, I avoid them next time. Or and I have a browser on my phone. I won't tell you the name of the browser. It's what it does is that it kills all adverts. It doesn't allow any pops, any pop up, and all of this issue. So I'm focused on what I'm looking at. So oh no, don't hate yourself for being a victim. Yes, and never say you've been yourself. So the trusted one also have it because that's sometimes that's where they generate advert through AdSense, you know. So all right, let's move on. So now, misinformation in digital publishing is something that is becoming a serious concern, and due to there are risks attached to it, such as false information, weak verification, viral rumors, and manipulation of visuals. These are some of the things, and it's important that I explain to you that speed without verification it creates issues around instability. Again, to come back to clickbait increases traffic temporary, but it weakens long-term credibility. So you have to think about it. If your users are getting upset by what you do, by what you put out there by your platform, they may leave the platform. Yeah. So coming here, you have to ensure that you don't present false information. You don't let it be identified to your name. You understand, and then you ensure that there's you don't have weak verification sort of system in place, and you are able to verify anything, so it doesn't be like you're depending on publishing rumor. So speed without verification creates information instability. So let's try and answer this. Which is a major risk in digital publishing? Is it faster communication, online accessibility, misinformation, spread, audience interaction? Which of this? Okay. The faster communication, online accessibility, misinformation, speed, spread, or audience interaction. So the answer would be major risk. What would be the answer? Misinformation spread is the risk. And in the age of AI, we have tools such as caption generation, headline suggestion, auto formatting, translations that can help assist, with some of these things. And of course, some of them are inaccurate. It can lead to inaccuracy, bias, weak contextual understanding. So you have to ensure that you do the right thing, weigh your ways, and try different tools and see which one is helping your system. So now audience analytics, this is yet another aspect of things and editorial decision. The digital editors, they need to monitor click-through rates, watch time, engagement, and bounce rates. These are key indices that you need to look at when you are dealing with digital content. And next to this is the Nigerian digital media example, the platform that uses it. You have Pulse Nigeria, they dwell more on multi-purposing for different platforms. You have Legit, that's why you see their content everywhere. We have Punch Newspaper online, which are doing very great, and Channels Television, which of course I showed an example of an infographics they did in the last lesson. We have Instablog Nigeria too. So now I want to share with you a sort of newsroom practical simulation you could do, and to put things together using your existing grouping system, and then you mean to divide it into sort of a newsroom team. You have a scenario breaking, there's a breaking national news, or what you need to do is to each team you must produce a website headline, you Instagram caption, Twitter updates, and push notification, then a YouTube site. So, what exactly do we want to achieve with this? We want to adapt one story across multiple digital platforms while maintaining accuracy, while maintaining clarity, while the platform remains very relevant. Okay, this is something that you should take notes. Digital platform, they may change, speed of communication, but they do not remove the editor's responsibility to protect clarity and credibility. So take note of this particular statement I've just put on screen. Take note of it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. It's very important. Don't lose it. So, right. Why that is a group task, a group assignment, I want you to take note of this assignment. Now, I want you to choose one breaking news story and adapt it for newspaper headline, website article, Instagram caption, Twitter updates, push notification. What you're going to look out for is to look at the audience difference, platform strategy, and also the editorial adjustments. So now, if you're able to do this and this successfully, if you need a review, you can always write me an email, then you get some feedback. So the key takeaways from these lessons, let's talk about this. And then digital publishing is a continuous process. Editors now work across multiple platforms, and you need to learn how to work across multiple platforms. The earlier you start trying your hands on this, the better for you. So audience behavior also differs by platform. It differs by platform, and speed increases editorial risk because there is need to do something quick. There are risk attached to it. There are risk attached to it. So on this note, I would say verification remain very essential, and we need to ensure that we verify any content we put out there. So if you have any question at this point, I encourage you to put it in the chat, and then I would respond to them right on the air. If you have any question, put it in the chats, and I'll respond right on the air. So I like I mentioned to you, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to notice not the ethical challenges, understand the platform specifically, identify the differences, and also, yeah, that's my alarm going off. Uh, yeah, define multi-platform editing and also define digital publishing. Do you have any question for me today? If you say if there are no questions, say no questions. Say it is clear. Make it known to me that all is well. Yeah, make it known to me that all is clear. So today we've considered something very important, and by this lecture, do you understand these five things I've listed? Do you know what digital publishing is? Can you explain what multi-platform editing is? Are you able to identify the difference between print and digital editing? Are you able to understand the platform specific audience behavior? Are you able to comprehend and analyze ethical challenges in online publishing? If you have not been able to answer this, it means you've not achieved the goal of this class. So I encourage you to go back and rewatch after. But if you have been able to a reasonable extent and you have some question, please ask me question. Right. I'm beginning to get feedback and say it is clear, it is clear, it is clear. Well understood. Good, good. No question from my end. It is clear. Okay, it's good. I'm hearing this. All right. Good. So on these notes, I'd say thank you very much for joining me today, and I'd say have a beautiful rest of your evening. Bye.